Hey guys, I want to talk to you today quickly about PPC click fraud, just address some of the issues that have come up, certainly with reports from the end of last year, and talk about a few ways that you can safeguard yourselves and make sure that you're getting the best return on investment from your paid media. So just to bring everyone up to speed on this, the Drum found that a quarter of all ad spend last year was spent fraudulently. So that involved clicks from bots, false reports of how spend had been actually spent on the networks. And this obviously raised quite a few questions from publishers, from advertisers, from everyone involved within PPC, programmatic, display, paid media online, whatever kind of term and umbrella bracket you want to put it under. And Google actually reportedly shut down twice as many fraudulent ads in 2016 as it did the year before. So we're seeing a huge increase in the amount of fraudulent activity, both from an advertising perspective, but critically, one of the big bot networks that was busted last year was called MethBot. This was faking video views and interactions, and it was apparently alleged to be doing between $3 and $5 million per day in revenue. I mean, per day, it's just a simply phenomenal amount. And the interesting thing about this was it wasn't any of the big ad networks, Facebook, Google, any of the publishers who picked this up. It was actually a security firm. It's phenomenal to think that this went on undetected, potentially for months on end, and obviously left a lot of people out of pocket with nothing to show for their advertising campaigns. So obviously we're asking, well, what gives? Why there's no one picking this up? Are there problems in the industry? And in fairness, people are coming forward to say, yes, we do have a problem with both reporting, black box kind of environments like Facebook who contain their own reporting and don't really answer to any media authorities. And then also people who run CPM campaigns, so cost per thousand impressions. They're probably the people who are most at risk from this kind of activity, because an impression doesn't necessarily mean that it carries any intrinsic value to your campaign or that anyone has actually taken any valuable action. So yeah, Facebook took a fair rap on the knuckles, and rightly so. They're of course over-reporting the video metrics, and as I mentioned, there's no real legislation in place. They don't have any third-party media or companies who actually look into their activity. So they're almost free to report whatever metrics they feel that they gave in terms of performance. So as advertisers, as people putting money into these networks, there are a couple of things you can do. The two main things I suggest you do is set up SMART goals, make sure that you're measuring the right kind of activity from PPC campaigns. So don't just look at clicks, don't look at impressions and CTR. Look at the activity people actually took when they came to the website. Was there an extremely high bounce rate? Does the traffic look unnatural in terms of its behavior? Is it all coming from one location? What kind of devices and browsers are they using? Is it an even distribution compared to your other channels? Does that match up with the kind of behaviour you'd expect to see taking place? And obviously critically, does it contribute to your bottom line? Are there any goal completions taking place? The other big thing I'd suggest is move away from CPM. I mean, it's a little bit redundant these days as to why anyone wants to use CPM. There's no real measurable benefit, no true measurable benefit from cost per thousand impression advertising. You can say you reached 250,000 people with a frequency of 2. You reached 500,000 people, so what did it do for your bottom line, apart from a load of people may or may not have seen your ad, a quarter of which may have been bots anyway? Do better, put better measures in place, safeguard yourselves from this kind of activity. I'd certainly say don't stop using PPC. It's extremely valuable. It contributes an incredible amount to a lot of businesses in terms of quality traffic, and certainly people who use things like Google Search Network, Bing Search Network, or the search networks are available, of course. You're likely to be able to clearly measure return on investment and keep a much stricter eye on any fraudulent activity that may be taking place. Thank you very much for watching.